Hi everyone, my name's Kate Kalthoff and welcome to a Stamping to Share video. Today I'm going to share with you this great little card. It uses a stamp set called Lighthearted Leaves and then also the leaflet framelit dies. And so it's really pretty, it's easy to do, and I'm going to show you step by step along with the measurements how to recreate this card. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get some layers out of the way. And we're going to start with our card base, which is 5.5 by 8.5, and then I've scored it at 4 1/4. So I'm just going to take my bone folder, fold towards the mountain on the score line, and we'll just give this a nice little press so it will lie flat for us while we work with it. Then we're going to do the outside layers first. We're going to start with a layer of basic black. This is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. We want quite a bit of the Tangelo twist to show through. I didn't mention that, but that is the base color of our card, and it's Tangelo twist. And then this is a panel of basic black. So we're just going to center this in the front panel here, and I've used some liquid multi-purpose glue so that I have a little bit of time to wiggle this into place so that all of the borders are nice and even. The next layer is from our pattern paper stack. This is our in color from 2014-16, and again it's Tangelo twist. This is cut at 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. That's just 1/8 of an inch smaller than our black panel. So a nice little skinny line, and you can do really skinny lines with black paper because the black will make it pop. So there you can see, even though it's a skinny line, it kind of looks even bigger just because of the pop of the black against the Tangelo twist. So we have this done, so we're just going to set that aside. And now we're going to layer up our inside panel. This is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. I've made the inside panel and the outside panel of basic black the same size. That way my customers don't get mixed up as to what goes on the inside and what goes on the outside. And we're going to layer this up with another panel of Whisper White paper, and this is 1/8 inch smaller than our basic black panel. So we have a 3 5/8 by a 4 7-inch panel of Whisper White. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some snail on the back, and then we can layer this right up on that basic black panel. I'm going to bring a piece of scrap paper in so that I can see what I'm doing. Black on black is a little bit hard to see, so here I go. I can see now exactly where my white panel needs to go. And I used snail on this versus the liquid glue because I didn't want glue lines to show. And then I also have a little strip of the Tangelo twist 12 by 12 paper stack, and that is cut at 3/4 by 3 5/8. Just a little bit on the bottom that will tie the inside of the card to the outside panel. So now I can go ahead and, using my multi-purpose liquid glue, I will just glue this right into the inside panel of our card. And we'll just have a little bit of wiggle room here so that we can get this layered up really nicely. All right, and now we're left to do the focal point. I'll bring the original card back in, and you can see that the focal point uses the Lighthearted Leaves. That's what the stamp set looks like. It's in our Holiday 2015 mini catalog, and it coordinates with the leaflets framelets, which look like this. Now one of the leaves is missing because I'm using it. So let me just show you what that looks like. I took a piece of scrap watercolor paper and I just ran it through the Big Shot machine. I have my magnetic plate, my cutting plate, the scrap of watercolor paper, my leaflet framelit, and then the top plate. And after I ran that through the Big Shot machine, I am going to go ahead and stamp that. And I have my stamp ready to go. All I need to do is ink it up with the Tangelo twist. So I've got it inked up, and I'm going to do my best to stamp this. And I'm just lining it up and giving it a little press. Now you could stamp this beforehand and then cut it out, But with our see-through photopolymer stamps, it's so easy to just stamp after the fact. So now I'm going to take some re-inker and I put it into one of our Stampin' Up! Spritzers. I put about 15 drops in and then filled it, about 3/4 full with rubbing alcohol. Now I always label these so that I can use them from time to time. And I'm going to spritz this with the Daffodil Delight re-inker and just give that a nice thorough spritzing. And of course the color will bleed just a little bit, but I like that look. And then I'm going to set that aside to dry. Once that has dried, I have something that looks like this, and it's just so pretty. The watercolor paper makes this nice and sturdy. Then I'm going to take my stamp, and this time I'm going to ink it up with some Tuxedo Black ink. I'm just putting that all over. The reason I use the Tuxedo Black is that's formulated to work with the photopolymer, and I'm just going to layer this right over the top and give it a nice little press. And I could use my Stampin' Matte, but the watercolor paper is a little bit cushy, so I don't need to worry about that. All right, and so here is my final image, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. So now we're going to put dimensionals on this image. And then, as you can see, I've got 3 dimensionals on here, and we'll just set that aside for a minute while I get the black panel ready that it's going to be adhered to. This is the black panel. It's 3 by 4 1/4 inches, and I am going to take some washi tape. Stampin' Up! Has some in color 2014-16 washi tape and all of those in colors. I'm going to use this yellow one, the Hello Honey, and I'm just going to put some along the bottom edge of my basic black panel, like so. Then I can go ahead and I'll just wrap that around to the back side, the loose ends, and then burnish that down. And now I'm going to take 1/4 inch pumpkin pie ribbon. I'm going to wrap that around and secure that with Scotch tape. And now you can see that I've secured it with Scotch tape, and then I can go ahead and I'll do another little wrap. So I'm just cutting my pumpkin pie 1/4 inch ribbon, and I'm taking it around, and I'm just going to do a little tie on. So I'm just going to tie it over and then flip it up, and then we've got a cute little ribbon for our card. Now all we have to do is put this leaf image right onto our basic black panel, like so, with the dimensionals, and then we're going to add some dimensionals to this panel as well. Alright, and I've added 5 dimensionals, and now we're ready to finish off the front of our card. So this is going to go in here a little bit kitty wampus, just like so. And our card is done. So this is the card I've just completed. This is the card I had completed in advance. I hope you've enjoyed this card making tutorial with the Lighthearted leaves, and thank you so much for stopping by Stamping to Share. I truly appreciate you. If you need a demonstrator and would like to order some Stampin' Up! Products, I have links to my ordering page at www.stampingtoshare.com. Have a great day. Bye-bye.